5 iconic tunnel bust-ups including Keane vs Vieira, Pizzagate and Man City. Neutral fans were glued to their TVs on Wednesday night as the Champions League clash between Manchester City and Atletico Madrid dissolved into chaos. Tempers often flare in a team's most important moments, thus it was no surprise that the risk of being eliminated from the European competition saw some of the La Liga outfit infuriated. Though what made City and Atletico's drama all the more gripping was that, when the full-time whistle sounded, it didn't conclude the handbags. Footage showed that the two squads came to blows in the tunnel as well. Daily Star takes a look at 5 of the best tunnel bust-ups of recent times. As stated previously, the quarter-final tie on Wednesday night ended with nothing but action. The spat between the clubs began after Phil Foden was fouled by Felipe, and after hitting the deck, Stefan Savic attempted to drag the England international to his feet. Jack Grealish confronted the centre-back and had his hair pulled for his troubles. Savic then headbutted Raheem Sterling before somehow only receiving a yellow card. Tunnel footage showed that the Montenegro international continued to see red in the tunnel before substitutes Kyle Walker and Sime Vrsaljko came to blows. The latter was shown throwing a water bottle at a cluster of City players and staff before appearing to spit at the group. BT Sport reported that Grealish and Savic also needed to be split up by police out of shot. In 2015, Aston Villa captain Micah Richards was handed a one-match ban for an incident that unraveled in the tunnel after his side were beaten by Swansea City. Nowadays, Richards is the happy-chappy pundit, but he was quite the opposite that day at Villa Park. The pair came to blows at a corner, but the flow of the match meant that the argy-bargy had to wait until they were in the tunnel at full time. Speaking to BBC Radio 5 Live, Richards explained, "There was an incident with Fernandes at Swansea, he's at Newcastle now. He came over for a corner, the goalkeeper came out, I gave him a little nudge and Fernandes pushed me and headbutted me. I said to him okay, no worries, I'm not going to do anything on the pitch, wait until we get to the tunnel, and he sort of just laughed it off. At this time, we'd lost the game, Swansea beat us, and I was raging. We get to the tunnel, and he comes over, probably to apologize, but I saw red. I think it was the BBC actually, they saw the tunnel ruffling, and it was me with Fernandes, I had him in a headlock, and I just started punching him." In one of the best and most fiery individual rivalries in Premier League history, Arsenal's Patrick Vieira and Manchester United's Roy Keane came to blows in the tunnel at Highbury in 2013. Cameras caught the pair shouting at one another and having to be separated by teammates and the officials, with Keane shouting "I'll see you out there" being heard. It has been revealed that Vieira was giving Gary Neville a warning in the pre-match warm-up as the right back had previously put in some rash tackles on Robert Pires in the reverse fixture earlier in the season. Keane overheard the incident and, as captain, stuck up for his teammate when he came face-to-face with Vieira whilst preparing to walk out onto the pitch. The game ended 4-2 to United. Speaking about the incident, Keane said, "I was never one for argy-bargy or slagging people off in the tunnel, but Patrick had threatened Gary in the tunnel, and I felt he crossed the line." Labelled by many as Pizzagate and the Battle of the Buffet, United and Arsenal were involved in another tunnel scuffle. In 2004, the Red Devils were tasked with preventing the Gunners from reaching a 50-game unbeaten run in the Premier League, and they successfully prevented such a feat. But, as a result, tensions were high after the game. The teams brawled in the tunnel as they headed into their respective changing rooms, with United boss Sir Alex Ferguson having a slice of pizza thrown at him. The thrower was later revealed to be Cesc Fabregas, who accepted responsibility for the toss on a league of their own. It is reported that police officers had to split up the teams eventually, with speculation that Rio Ferdinand receiving the Man of the Match award, Arsene Wenger confronting Ruud van Nistelrooy, and some rash tackles contributing to the off-field battle. Although plenty of mutual respect, Burnley boss Sean Dyche and Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp haven't seen eye to eye for quite a while. And tempers flared between the two at halftime in 2021. After a VAR review on the stroke of halftime, as Fabinho was suspected to have kicked out at Ashley Barnes following an aerial clash, Dyche aimed a comment at Klopp after he protested the review. Klopp was furious with the Clarets boss and charged down the tunnel after him, shouting and waving his arms furiously. The pair exchanged words before splitting to head to the changing rooms. After the match, Klopp said, "You know, when we come to these places, we are allowed to actually fight and are actually allowed to try and win. That's all it was. It was nothing out of the normal, just two managers fighting to win a game. There's nothing wrong with that."